Jesus and his disciples were on a journey. They were on their way to Jerusalem. Now they got to Bethany, the little village just outside Jerusalem, and some of you might remember from last time that Jesus' friends Martha, Mary and Lazarus lived there. And Jesus stopped and he spoke to two of his disciples. And this is what he said. Go to the village ahead, and just as you enter it, you will find a donkey tied there, which no one has ever ridden before. Untie the donkey and bring it to me here. If anyone asks you, why are you doing that? Say, the Lord needs it and will send it back here shortly. So those two disciples set off for the next village. Well, on the way, they might have had a conversation a bit like this. Well, that was a bit strange. Yes, I know. How does Jesus know that there's a donkey tied up in the next village? I know. And how does he know that no one has ever ridden it before? I know. And what if someone thinks we're stealing it? Anyway, they did as Jesus had asked, because you know it's Jesus. And when they arrived in the next village, there was the donkey tied up, just as Jesus had told them. So they were just untying the donkey when two people passed by. Hey, what are you doing untying that donkey? And then the disciples remembered what Jesus had said. Oh, the Lord needs it and will send it back shortly. Oh, okay then. And off they went. Well, that went according to plan. Well, yes, just as Jesus told us, really. So they brought the colt, the donkey, to Jesus, and they threw a cloak over it, and Jesus sat on it. Then they all carried on with their journey to Jerusalem. And as they travelled, people came and spread cloaks on the ground in front of Jesus. And then other people came and spread palm branches on the ground in front of Jesus. And everyone shouted, Hosanna, Hosanna, and blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, and Hosanna in the highest heaven. You see, all the people were so pleased to welcome Jesus into Jerusalem. So Jesus and his disciples went to Jerusalem. And then Jesus went up to the temple and he went into the temple courts. That's the area of the temple where non-Jewish people went to worship God. Now, I'm sorry to say that Jesus was not happy with what he saw in the temple courts. There were lots of tables, you see, where people were selling things, mainly pigeons and doves, but I'm improvising with some other birds this morning. And they were selling them at very expensive prices to make lots of money, which was very mean, just like stealing, really. Come and get your doves! Come and get your doves! Doves for sale here! Pigeons for sale here! Oh, I'll take 2 doves, please. That will be 10 silver coins. 10 silver coins? 10 silver coins? I can get them for 2 silver coins where I come from. Well, there are 10 silver coins here. Oh, okay then. 10 silver coins it is. What a big pile of money. So you see, instead of being a good place for the non-Jewish people to worship God, the temple courts looked more like a marketplace for dishonest people. Do you mind, but I'm trying to find a place to pray here. You see, there were so many tables for selling that there was no space left for anyone who wanted to worship God there. Well, Jesus was very angry, but he didn't do anything. He just said to his disciples, "It's late, let's go." And they left Jerusalem and they went back to Bethany, where they were staying. So they left Bethany again and went back to Jerusalem. So Jesus went to the temple courts again. And again, there were all the tables with the people selling things at big prices and taking everyone's money. Doves for sale. Come and get your pigeons. Once again, the temple courts looked like a marketplace and there was no space left for the non-Jews who had come to worship God. Jesus was so angry. He said, "This temple is a house of prayer for all people, not just the Jews, and you have made it into a den of robbers." And then he turned over all the tables and everything went everywhere, all over the floor. Well, the Jewish leaders were there. And they saw and heard everything that happened. And they were very angry with Jesus. And they really wanted to kill him. But they knew they couldn't do it yet, because the people loved Jesus and the people were really pleased that Jesus had cleared the temple courts for the non-Jewish people to be able to worship God again. So the important things to remember from this week's Bible story are these. Jesus arrived in Jerusalem on a donkey, actually on a colt, the foal of a donkey, because that is how the Bible had said that the Messiah, that's God's King, would arrive in Jerusalem. Jesus got upset about people cheating other people out of their money and not allowing other people to worship God. This was very wrong, and Jesus did something about it. And now we're going to do our craft to help us remember the story and to tell it to other people.